Hopefully you guys are gearing up for a nice day. If you have nice plans for the weekend. Oh, I'm out here ready to feed these goats. Like, I guess the turkey laid an egg from the hay elevator. So I am clipping some of them for the show, but then I kind of thought, I don't want to clip them that short because the weather is still kind of iffy. So what I think I'm actually going to do is, great, that's really tall. I'm gonna buy a blade with a longer cut. I have a 4, but the screw hole is, I don't know what's going on with it, and so it won't stay on. It keeps like disassembling itself, which is really frustrating, especially when you're trying to shave a goat. You can't do that. Hi Peter, good morning. So yesterday I got Bernicia out and I was clipping her some, but her hair is very, very long. I don't know why this leg is not going up. And so it's like, I'll just use the 10. And the 10 is kind of short. But once you start with the 10, you can't go back to like a longer cut. So right now Bernicia's just kind of gonna have shorter hair, and we'll put a blanket on her if we need to. So I'm not taking that many goats to the show this weekend. There's only 8 of them going. So if I'm not going to full body clip them, then it's not going to take very long, and I can just shave the parts that, if you don't full body clip, you can just shave their thighs, you shave their flank, you can shave around the rear legs, you shave the udder, up into like the rear udder and escutcheon. Maybe a little bit on the neck. And that would make them look more trim. It would clean them up. So that way I think they would still show just as well. Pancake seems to be in heat, so she's not being cooperative at all. I mean, why don't you use the lamp? Really, Pancake, you didn't even want to come out here. So we have the bottle baby out here, we have Pancake out here, we have Nutmeg out here. I'm probably just going to feed, and then I might go live later when I'm trimming them up for show, so you guys can see what that looks like. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing? Hi, Gabriel. Empty. I really need to clean up this room. The table that's here, I'm kind of afraid to add anything to it because I don't know if we'll be able to get it out the door. So I'm thinking maybe I should just move it out to the middle and then add the stuff to it. And then it would be ready to move into the new room. We could build the new room around it. Wait, little buddy, this is not gonna work. You're gonna have to wait. even know. Oh, there it is. I don't know what I did with the milk pail. So we kind of have an odd situation with the show this weekend. Utterly ridiculous. But you have to use 2 D's, not two T's. It's like an hour and 40-ish minutes away. But I'm judging showmanship and market weathers the night before. So tomorrow night, and then the Dairy Goat show is not until Sunday. So I don't want to drive back and forth. I think I'll just take all the goats up with me on Saturday afternoon. Then I can get them all bedded. And they'll be ready to show on Sunday. Chad and the kids can come up and show with me. Please don't start kicking. I'm not very happy with the way that Nutmeg and Pancake are producing this year. They did have single kids, but I don't know. I feel like it's quite lackluster. Oh, I see that you got out. Ow! He bites my ear when he comes out. You're out of control. Can you please get down? This is why you have to be locked up. You're too bad. Ow. You have very sharp teeth. And so actually Time had her babies like 3 days early. So I feel like her milk has not come in yet. Typically they'll have colostrum for a while, but then their milk usually comes in very soon. But with her having them early, I don't know, I just don't feel like she has much milk. And the babies are so little, I know they're not drinking a lot. So I have been giving her calcium every day. But I've also been offering the babies a bottle. Thing is that they're so tiny. It's like, they're like tiny little rabbits. Okay, Nutmeg, you're done, ma'am. Thank you. Before I feed this big monster buckling, I'm going to offer it to the little tiny babies. They only drink like a tablespoon, so don't have to worry about them drinking much. Hi, Time. Time is the new mama. Look how little they are. Oh, you're so tiny. This is the buckling. He's kind of used to the bottle. Thanks for drinking it. Good job. They do drink off of Time. I see them drink off of her all the time. Buddy, drink in the feed bin. That buckling is trouble. It's kind of a fast flow, so I usually give them a chance to drink and then a break and then another chance. Feel your tummy. So if you feel right in front of their back legs, their stomach should feel tight. That means that they're eating. And his does feel tight now. Oh, you're so cute. He's just so little. Okay, one more try. I try to only give them goat's milk because it's so much higher in fat and protein than the cow's milk, and I think they really need that. Like I said, they are drinking off of time, so it's not like they're not getting anything. I just don't know if her milk is coming completely. I don't want them to be hungry. I also wouldn't mind them being trained on the bottle. This is the little girl. She's under 3 pounds. You're getting used to the bottle. Not quite like your brother. Yeah, open your mouth, baby. So I'm reading all the comments. Hi Corbin. Hi Hugh. Hi Pixel Gameplay. Go out of the guillotine. Hi Ryan. Hi Leandro. And be nice to the goat now. Good morning, Mom. How does the farm smell? Well, like a farm. No, I am not a vegan. Hi, Austin. I'll have to tell my son that joke. He will really enjoy it. Hi, AT. Cute little fellow, cute dog. They are cute. Are you gonna eat him? Did you see the size of the goat? That would be a lot of work for very little, a very, very little amount of meat. Are you done eating? These are dairy goats, so they're bred to make milk. Hi, reading books. Your eyes are bad. You want me a little lamb? I don't have any lambs. Okay, how did you get in here? No. Oh, you're stepping all over everything. This is the big buckling. Baby goat needs tomato. Okay, so he made his way in. Aw, thanks for subbing. Hi AT, you're just in love with the goats. With this goat. Oh, me too, that's why I have so many. Hi Roderick, good morning. Not sure what you're saying. Pedro, good morning. He's hungry. He's always hungry. He's completely out of control. Pedro, dollar signs. Is that a flag? It's really tiny. You love all animals. My Nigerian buck just turned 9. Wow. Is he sterile? I wonder, or is he still producing kids? 9 is very old for a buck to keep breeding. My oldest buck will be 5 this year. Hungry, yeah. You need to stop. You're out of control. That goat will eat as much milk as you give him. I think he will eat until he collapses. And he gets very, very jealous if he sees another goat drinking a bottle. This is the tiniest baby. This is actually the tiniest baby we have had born all year. And that's out of 35 kids. You are the smallest little man. And she doesn't like the bottle. Are you gonna try the bottle? No. I see her drinking off of her dam all the time. Her tummy feels nice and tight, although it's very, very tiny. And look how little she is. She is actually, hey, buddy, you gotta get out of here. Time doesn't like you in here. She's under 2 pounds. She was 1 pound, 10 ounces. You're so sweet, but she's very spunky. She's very sassy. She runs around everywhere. She eats off of her dam all the time. She usually screams a lot. Why are you so loud? Her little face is just so cute. This is a lot like how Time looked when she was a baby. You look very similar to your mama. Yes, you are so sweet. These little tiny feet. She's not the sweetest. And look how tiny. Like, I could just hold her in one hand. Why are you so small? So they keep getting out because I leave the door open so the mom can go out and see the other goats. But they keep running out as well. Normally, babies will just sleep under the heat lamp, but this group is very adventurous. And I know they get it from Time because Time has always been a jumper. And so it was next to our cat, which is not even our biggest cat, Starlight. And she just looks so tiny next to Starlight. I honestly feel like I'm raising a farm of many animals because we have new chicks in the house. We have new baby bunnies. Time, he's fine, from when the rabbits escaped. And then we have these tiny little baby goats, which is the smallest goat I had born this year. Nutmeg had the largest. Nutmeg is actually Time's grandmother. Nutmeg had a 6-pound buck. This doe is 1.5 pounds. I gotta get him out. He's driving Time crazy. Here, bud. Come on. Why don't you go out here and eat? Your brother and sister will be out in a second. The brother and the sister babies actually look so similar. I have trouble telling them apart. This is her sister. And she's also very tiny, but she's a whole pound heavier than the other one. Your feet have to be straight. I don't know why you're holding them like that. A lot of times when they're born, they take a while to unfold. So this set of kids is probably one of the sets that I'm most excited about this year, and that's because I did a line breeding on a buck that I really loved the does that he's producing. So with show animals, you're always breeding to improve. They sound like baby cats. I know, they're so like high pitched. She's so cute. You spend a lot with these guys. A lot of everything. Money, time, work. How are the cats? They're doing well. They we're all on the porch this morning eating, on the deck I mean. Hi son. Hi Kumari. Is it Juan Ho? I'm not sure how to say your name. Hi Ramiro, really cute. Thank you. Hi Mom. Yes, she is so cute. She looks so tired now. You look very sleepy. He's smiling. This is the little doe. But you can see she looks just like her brother. He kind of has a little bit, I think, a wider muzzle than she does. And that's common. A lot of times you can tell a buckling just by looking at its face because they have a little bit wider, they have more width throughout everywhere on their face, usually starting at the muzzle and working all the way up. You look like you're going to sleep. He is very spunky. See how similar they are? Like, I have to turn them over to see which one I have. Eventually I'll get used to the differences, but okay, now looking, well, they both have kind of a white spot. They both have, he's got more of a black nose and she has more of a pink nose. See how dark his nose is? You're so tired, baby. She's falling over for sleepiness. Okay, you can go sleep under the heat lamp. I don't think they really need a heat lamp. It does give some light in this room because this room gets pretty dark. Also, they have enough areas to get away from it, so they don't have to sit under it. So that's why I went ahead and left it on. If they didn't have anywhere to get away from it, I would not have left it on. Look at you. You are a ball of wiggles. You're so spunky. He kind of seems like he's a little bit darker below the knee, if you look at his front legs. Children and not kids. I have made that mistake before. I'm talking about kids and people think I'm talking about human kids. And I'm not. What's the goat breed? Every goat here is a Nigerian Dorse. This can be registered. So if you're getting Nigerian Dorse and you're interested in registered goats, it's easiest to just start with registered goats. You're getting sleepy too. Kids, baby kids usually sleep a lot. His little face, I cannot get over it. So he actually looks a lot like Time's dad, Goose. Goose looked a lot like this when he was little. He looked like a teddy bear. And I think it was because he was a little bit wider between the eyes. Had the dark nose. Okay, buddy, you can go sleep with your sister. Take a nap. You are coming back. Willow has not named them yet. Time is her doe. So she's going to pick the name. And she hasn't told me the name yet. So I don't know if she'll name the buckling. He will not stay. Both does will stay. They were actually born in a thunderstorm out in the field. Time was 3 days early. She kept acting weird that day, so I was watching her. Then Willow was out in the field sitting with her. And I noticed it starting to rain. Like, it was looking like a thunderstorm. So I looked out and I didn't see anybody. So I thought she went inside, but Willow came running in. Time's having her baby. And so she had taken the top of the doghouse and put it over Time so that way she didn't get wet because she wouldn't go in the barn. And so then I went out and I noticed one kid basically being born. So they usually are surrounded in like a sack of fluid. So I broke that, and that usually gives a little more space for them to be born a little more quickly. And so when I went to pull on the feet, I thought they were feet because they kind of felt kind of sharp. It actually turned out to be hocks. It was a little buckling. He was born hocks first, which is pretty uncommon. So we got him out. I handed him to Willow, who had a towel, and then I carried Time all the way in here so she could have the next two. And she had them very quickly. She is a first-time mom. She did really well. But they're so tiny. I would honestly prefer a set of twins that are regular size instead of triplets with super tiny ones, but it is what it is. Hi, Mama Bear. Hi, Rabbit. Or Robert. Not Rabbit. Luhar. A.T. Good morning, Ryan. Lewis. K. Foster. This one's going to be a chill goat. Chill Billy. I think they're sleepy. They've probably been up running around for a while. I'm in Indiana, here in the United States. So I'm southeast Indiana, kind of near Cincinnati. And these babies are so tiny and they curl up. Like if you see the one over there in the straw, it blends in really well. I'm very afraid that I'm going to step on one. You're from Peru. Wow, how cool. Hi, Wayne. Hey, Fort Wayne. Not too far from me. Oh, Peru, Indiana. Okay, yeah, I know exactly where that's at. You're a couple hours away. Fort Wayne's only about 2 hours north. There's actually a dairy goat show coming up there. I think this month, Summit City. I don't usually go to that one. I'm going to one in Franklin, Indiana, which is south of Indianapolis this weekend. Next weekend, we are hosting our very first local show. We have over 200 goats on the books so far coming. And more people finishing their sign-ups. So I don't know how many we're going to have, but I feel like we're going to have a really good number of goats. You're just out in Fort Wayne. Oh, making your way all over the state. I know Peru's kind of south, right? Hi, cowman. You want to raise goats? Do you already have cows? These are Nigerian dwarfs. They're a dairy breed. Most people just call them Nigerian dairy goats. They do have a height limit. So the does can only be 22.5 inches high at the withers. The bucks are supposed to be under 23.5. I have 2 bucks that are over height, but none of their daughters are over height. So what that means is that I can't show them, and if they get appraised, they cannot get excellent in general appearance because they're over height. When I bought them, they were really young. So, I mean, it's hard to tell if they're going to be over height. Put your elbows in. Actually, time is a mix of 3 bucks that I have. So I did buy a new buck last year. So I've been kind of integrating his lines. From Australia. Wow, you're on the other side of the globe. You used to raise goats. Oh, I thought you said you want to raise goats. Okay. He wants to come to the goat farm. Yeah, this is a little doe, and she's very tiny, so she probably sleeps a lot. You had, oh, Nigerian dwarf pygmy hybrid, so that's a mix. Like 2 hours south of Gary. Oh, okay. You've been doing Wabash. Banks of the Wabash? I'm not even sure how to say that river. It's pretty far north, and Logansport. Oh, so are you doing the shows there? I know the, is it Wabash? Wabash. That show, I don't think they're going to do it this year. Logansport, the dairy show is coming up. Is it, I'm trying to think of when it is. I know it's really soon. Is it in 2 weeks? You love anything miniature? When we first got these back in 2019, I started with 2 Nigerians, and I actually got them up in northern Indiana from a breeder in Napanee. And at this point, I still have the 1 doe. The other doe the breeder replaced because the first one was sterile and had like a heart murmur. So I still have both of those does. They're 7 years old now. And now I'm up to 69 goats. I have sold 7 already this year. And I probably need to sell like 20 more. But I've had 22 does born, and I'm very tempted to hang on to them all for at least a year because I am very excited to see how the bucks, how their kids are actually turning out. Love from Utah. Oh, it's early for you. Pravesh, good morning. Yes, the River Goat Classic is our new show, May 10th. Hi, Smitty, off the milk. Yeah, they're milk coma. You'll take 12. I'll send them to you. Cappuccino. Actually, it does look like a cappuccino. So they are, the time is Willow's baby pretty much. She has made this goat completely rotten. And she does have a good personality though, so I'm not going to complain about it. But with the goat having the kids in the thunderstorm, my son was like, you should name them Thunder and Rain. So I don't know, but they actually look like a cappuccino color. I think cappuccino is a very cute name. We did have one named Mocha this year. This is a doe, a girl. But the other two, there's one buckling and one doeling. So altogether, 2 does and a buck. How much salary will I get? You can get paid in baby goat snuggles. Oh, you don't do shows? I'm actually going to be moving soon. Oh, okay. Solar panels. I've been seeing a lot go up around the state. You picked 2 of the areas where there are dairy goat shows in Indiana, so that's why I assumed. There's not a lot of cities that have them. Oh, a farm raising crops and animals. How exciting. Gary, Indiana by the dunes. I love the dunes. The dunes are beautiful. Hi, Archie. Oh. Hi, Greg. Hi, Gracie. Gracie, we've had new triplets. They were born 3 days early. Today is their due date, but Time had them on Tuesday in the middle of the thunderstorm. Good morning, He-Man. You had a lot of goats earlier. They're a lot of work. Lightning, thunder, and storm. That would be very cute names. This one kind of has a belt. Indian time is 7 p.m. Oh, it's late. Sweet kid's face. Yes, she's under 2 pounds. She's the smallest kid we've had born this year. She's so tiny. She's very, very sassy. Oh, we miss seeing you. It's Ember, right? See her little brother and sister over here. They're blending in with the straw really well. And there's Mama Time. She is. She's very sweet. We are trying to continually hold all the babies because I'm not having does that are crazy. Like, they'll be crazy, but I don't want them to be wild. So we're trying to give these guys a bottle because I don't know how much milk Time is producing. The other 2 like the bottle. This one does not like the bottle, but I see it drinking all the time. I can't imagine that it takes much to fill it up. Probably like a tablespoon and it's full. She's just so little. Mocha has gone to his new home. So with the new bottle babies, I was running out of milk with Mocha. So he actually went to a friend as a pet. As far as I know, he's still getting his bottles and he's there with little Oreo. So I hope that he is sharing his bottles because Mocha, you know how he would never let anyone else have the bottle. The 3 new babies that are bottle babies, the one is just like Mocha. It's the one that broke in here and stole the bottle while they were eating. Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's cute. That's very cute. So it's Time like the herb because that whole line is like spices and herbs. So it's THYME. So normally these babies would get like a spice name or an herb name. But with them being born during a thunderstorm, I feel like that's a really great naming opportunity. But like I said, time is Willow's dough, so. Like usually William always has names ready to go, but Willow, she takes a little bit longer to decide. There's a lot of goats in India. I don't know what that sound is. Sounds like another baby goat. Okay, I'm gonna go see who's yelling. Did you guys move? So it's the little buck out there making buckling sounds, which they love to do. You can see this little baby looks so much like the straw. This is why I'm scared that I'm gonna step on one. Thor. That would be a really good name for the buckling. So cute since thunderstorm. Sage, rosemary, and basil. We already have, see, the doe that started the spice line has had a lot of does, and then they in turn have had their own kids. So we already have a sage and we already have a basil. So since I register them, they have the same herd name, which is my herd name, Willful Minis. So they would have a different sire code, but barn name wise it would get kind of confusing. But rosemary is a really cute one. I think we might use that one. We also have another spice, I think, coming. Trying to think who else is due. Pumpkin is due. Lulu, but she's not a spice. So rosemary would be a very cute spice name. I'll have to put that on the list. We've not had any damage. It's been like, the grass is growing like crazy because it keeps raining. So it's hard to keep up with the grass. And then we have the other house, so we have to mow over there too. So that ends up being a lot of mowing. Yeah, they all went to over here to eat. Oh, you live in a village. I'm not sure if I can make the trip. I know India is very far. Where do you guys think you're going? So last night while I was feeding, it was kind of late and like we were done feeding everything, but I was bringing in an extra water bucket. Excuse me, babies. So I was out there filling it up. I come in or actually I started hearing a bunch of hoof sounds. I knew that they were all loose, like a bunch of naughty monsters. And sure enough, I come in and they're all running amok all over the barn, in here, in the kidding room, in the milk room, gobbling up every piece of food they can find, even though they already had been fed. So I was like really scared that they were gonna step on the new babies because when they are in mob mode, they don't pay attention to where they're walking. So I stuck the babies in the feed bin. The lid was open, but they were just sitting in there on the chicken feed because I can't take a risk on them getting stepped on. So Willow had just gone in because we were pretty much done. We were just putting everything away. So I went in and told her how I just put the babies in the feed bin to keep them safe. Pancake seems to be in heat, so she's in kind of a mood. Pancake has had 2 years off from raising her kids. Last year her baby was Biscuit. She did not accept him. This year her baby was Mocha, and as you know, she did not accept him either. So she has been milked since January. And she's not done any kid raising. I think she doesn't feel like doing it. I don't know why she doesn't really accept them either. I don't know if it's because we took Mocha away to dry him off or what. It was January, so it was really cold. So I don't know what's gonna happen next year. The first year she had kids, she had twin doe bucks, and she was completely enamored with them. She still lays by Chocolate Chip all the time. Chocolate Chip's now 2 years old. So I'm not really sure why she did not accept Mocha or Biscuit. I'm gonna get out the new set of bottle babies. Usually I let the little doe eat first because she's quite a bit smaller than her brothers. Hey, Miss Pancake, you are done. Oh, really? I'm in the USA. About 16 ounces per milking, which is not great. I have made only cheese and caramels. My sister-in-law makes a ton of soap. She's actually started making lotion too, and I buy hers. I really like it. Is my house nice? It's a 100-year-old farmhouse, so which I know that's not really that old in most parts of the world. It's kind of a funny question. Baby Easy, come on, let's go eat. So this is Baby Easy. Her full name will be Easy on the Eyes. She is ready for her bottle. I recently dropped her down to 2 bottles a day. She was getting 3, but she's 5 weeks old. She's got a little moon spot freckle on her face. Hi 10 time shooters. Welcome. Thank you for watching. So after this, I'm going to be getting them ready for the show. And I'm really thinking of just leaving their coats. A lot of them, their hair looks really nice and short and shiny. So I'll probably trim up the thighs, the rear legs basically, the flank, maybe a little bit on their neck. Diesel is more work than 70 goats. He is the most emotional, anxiety-ridden dog I think I've ever met. We usually give him anxiety pills during the thunderstorms. He's doing okay. He's obsessed with eating the cat's food. He also can only lay in my room during the thunderstorm. He does not want to be in William's room, even though he is William's dog. I'm gonna grab Skull Baby. Come here, baby. So his name's gonna be Easy Rider, but does he not look like a skull? Like a skull face? Like, look at his eyes and nose. So I just started calling him Skull Baby. You subscribe, thank you. Yeah, the year on mine is 1900, but I don't know if it's accurate because I feel like our county just automatically puts 1900 on every house that they don't know. And you can't even get an accurate answer. Like, there's a lady at the library that kind of will research your house. So I went down and like gave her all the information I have, but I never heard back, and it's been like 6 months. So either she found something really weird, or she did not find anything at all, or she just ran out of time. Well, thank you for subscribing. Cute goaties. Thank you. Are you full? Last night they would not quit drinking before bed. It's out. It's empty. I'll get you more milk. These guys are 5 weeks old today. And when I weighed him last night, he was already 16 pounds. And he was a triplet. He's been bottle fed since birth pretty much. To me, that's a really big weight. Normally I like to see them hit 20 pounds at 8 weeks. So he has 3 more weeks till he's 8 weeks, and he's already 16 pounds. As they get bigger, they gain weight faster. See his little belly? It's so popped out. Yes, your belly is so full. Now he's eating some green. Usually they'll drink about 16 ounces at this point. They're like the new mochas. So I think this is the one that we may be keeping. The kids really like him. I think mostly because of his color. Although Willow was telling me that she thinks he has more width between the hocks. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to justify it. I like him and his brother. I'll definitely be keeping the doe. You're so big. You look at him at 5 weeks compared to the little babies at 3 days, it's just amazing. Are you up drinking, little baby? Look at the difference. 5 weeks, 3 days. They grow so fast. So fast. Do you see the new baby? You don't care, do you? Bye, Mama Bear. Have a good day at work. Yeah, the goat is heavy. He's getting really heavy. I actually shaved Bernicia last night, so that's why there's white hair all over. I need to sweep in here. She looks like a mountain goat. Her hair is extremely long. You want one? I can send you one. I can send you more than one. I have too many. You see all of them in here. Hi, goaty goats. They're probably ready to eat, although they don't act very hungry because last night they got 2 helpings of feed because of their big breakout. The easiest way to get them back in is just to grab a bucket of feed and let them come in behind you. And so that's why they got extra feed last night. The baby goats, actually, this shed was here when we bought the house, but we built the barn. So my husband cut a little door. The baby goats can go in there and eat feed all day. Oh, there's 2 kitties, and the big goats can't steal it. This is Starlight. She was our bottle kitten. Starlight, I believe, has never caught a mouse in her life. She's cute, though. Yeah, your neighbors might not like that. You can't just get one. You'd have to get 2. An emotional support goat for the emotional support goat for you. Hi, Miss Patch. Miss Patch is supposed to be a house cat, but she loves the outdoors. She's actually an excellent mouser. I have seen her bring so many mice in. You guys are right next to the open bale, but I don't want to make you get up. So I'll just cut a new bale. Starlight. She really blends into the darkness up here. So I have 6 more goats due. And I hope to be done with kidding by the end of May. However, Cecily has 2 due dates. The first one was April 29th. She is still pregnant. So I can only assume that we are now stuck with her second due date, which is June 30th. Last year she had her kids on July 3rd. She had quadruplets. They were super tiny, but now they're all huge. So I don't like summer kids. I don't like them to kid during the summer when it's all hot. Worry about parasites. It seems like everything is more germy. But I don't want Cecily to go a year being dry since she is only 3 years old. I've never really gotten to show her since she kidded so late last year. I actually bought her last year. So it is what it is. It's not ideal, but maybe we can take her to our state fair. Our state fair is the middle of August. And it's really funny because after she was bred in December, I ultrasounded her and it really looked like she was pregnant with a single. So I don't know if I didn't see like any signs of a miscarriage. I don't know if she was if I read it wrong or if she was pregnant and reabsorbed or what. Keep the horns on. He is very bad. He is the naughtiest goat. Look at him. Oh, thank you, Prophet. You'll buy the next $5. Keep the horns on. I have some grown bucks if you want them. Look at him. He's up on top of that carrier. I really should move the carrier because I feel like I'm training them to jump in and out of the pen. And I know that I'm going to regret it. Look at these 3 gold does. Cheerio has jumped out. I did not let her out. She is very bad. Time has her little baby out here in the middle. Oh, 30 goats. That's a pretty big herd. Oh, thank you, Prophet. I appreciate the, I don't know what they're called. Super thanks. It's very sweet of you. I wonder if they were boar goats. Were they meat goats with like a white body and a brown head? You see little baby Clove over there. This doe is getting completely wild. I've been trying to hold her more. Oh, a super sticker. Okay, thank you. Because love riding with them to see them. I don't know. I feel like maybe they were out grazing as a herd and then you went and checked on them, and that's more common with meat goats. With dairy goats, since you're stuck milking them twice a day, you're just in the barn for hours every day. With meat goats, they're much more hands-off most of the time. Although the way that they fit them for shows is exhausting. So I have enough kids now that I'm going to do a round of the pneumonia vaccine, which I've already done on all of my big kids. I'm going to do it on all the little kids. I've found it to be really effective. I am also going to start doing coccidia prevention on the 5-week-old kids. And we only have 6 more due. My next exciting kidding is Lulu. She's gold. She's right there eating. Pumpkin has no due date. I wrote down the date wrong apparently, since I have April 6th. That has come and gone weeks ago. Micro. I don't know what's going on with Micro. I think Willow bred Micro to a buck, but she didn't write down the day, so Micro is pending a due date. She does not look like she's going to have them soon. Usually I'll watch their udder to see when it's going to fill up, and you can kind of get a pretty good idea of when they're going to have them. Lulu's due date is May 8th, so we know that one for sure. And that's because I took her out to my sister-in-law's farm to use one of her bucks. Eclipse, I think her due date is May 18th. And then I have Happy, and I do have a date on her. I think it's May 10th. Why do ducks have feathers? I'll have to tell them that one too. I have to see if I can remember them to tell them. How many goats am I taking to the show? I'm taking 8 this weekend, so I have a lot of clipping to do. All their hooves have been trimmed, so I'm not worried about that. And my kids can't do showmanship there. Showmanship with dairy goats is very detailed. You have to have them. It takes a lot of time to get them ready. But since I'm judging the showmanship show, my kids, of course, can't be in it. They can show in showmanship next week at our show, since I'm having 2 different judges come up from Tennessee to judge it. At our show, I think we're up to like 13 goats that we're taking. And I'm the ring secretary, so I cannot show them at all. So it's up to Willow to figure out when the goat needs to be there, have the goat ready to walk in the ring. But she also has to help William get his goat. We've done no more than, actually, that's not true. We tried to do no more than 2 per class, but one class has 3. So she has been giving lessons to Chad and William to teach them how to show the goats the way that she does. She's really good at it. She's fast. She makes them look good super quickly. Every time she stops, the goats are set up. Hi, Miss Mary. There's all kinds of cats up here today. You're in Michigan. Michigan's a beautiful state. I have not been to Michigan since I was a kid, I think. We went to Mackinac Island. That's Michigan, right? A couple times with my grandparents, and it's amazing. I actually grew up in Ohio, though, so I think the Ohio-Michigan, I don't know what you would call it, feud? Friendly feud. Yes, so many cats up here. Starlight is Mary's daughter. Although I had to bottle feed Starlight, Mary, for some reason, I don't know what it was, but she had Starlight in a flower bed, so I ended up taking them in, and she didn't seem to have any milk. Mary's actually a really good mouser too. She doesn't weigh that much, she's just mostly floof. But I see her bring mice up all the time. We did get them both fixed, so no more kittens here. I can deal with the baby goats and the baby chicks. I can't deal with baby cats, although they are the cutest, in my opinion. Yes, the rivalry. That's a better word for it. So farm animal, I have chickens, goats, one turkey who lays an egg every day. And we have rabbits. Breeding rabbits was not my intention. But when I took them in from a lady at my church, the rabbit was already pregnant. So we have ended up with a lot of rabbits. We have the 5 cats. 3 of them are mousers, although Starlight, I don't believe, has ever caught a mouse. The other 2 are house cats. I don't know where Puss is because he was outside. He actually has been going a lot in the chicken pen. I think he's hunting those. I think they might be, I don't know, they look like rats. He is big and strong enough to catch them. We've shot a couple. I had one drowned. But I feel like this house and foundation and barn has been here so long that they have just lived here. So they're actually under that old shed. They go under that. Get a pony, they're so cute. I'm not sure if I can keep up with the hoof care on them. I had a pony growing up. It was very cute. Hi, Moron. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. Just saying your username. I do have coyotes. That's why we're looking for a livestock guardian dog. It's a huge kind of process to get one because they basically have to be born at a farm that has goats and the parents are working with the goats. So they're basically raised in the goat pen. I can't take the chance of getting a dog that will hurt the goats. I have a lot of money wrapped up in them as show goats, and it would also be heartbreaking. There is a farm in Indiana that has Anatolians, which my sister-in-law has, so I'm thinking about getting a puppy from them. I'm not sure if I feel like training a puppy, but finding an adult that's already trained is even more difficult than finding a puppy. So a lot of times they'll keep the puppy till it's like 4 months old, so that way it's had time to adapt. At that point though, they still can't just be let loose with the goats. They have to be monitored for several months. That block was falling apart. I think Willow would like a horse. We've never really had room for a horse. At the new house, having several more acres, we might have room, but there's no fencing there, so we have a lot of fencing to put up. The barn is up. They actually finished putting all of the boards around the bottom this week, so it looks really good. Excited about the different features that we added. Oh, a Kangol. I've heard of people having those. I don't think I've ever seen one in person. I've seen a lot of Pyrenees, but I've heard that they bark a lot and that they can roam. And with our hot summers, I'm kind of worried that they'll be too hot. So that's kind of why I was thinking of an Anatolian. I know there's like a ton of different livestock guardian breeds. These are all dairy goats, so they're not meat goats. Some of them look like meat goats. Poor Bernicia has been shaved. You have so many freckles, Nisha. Look at all these dark spots on her skin. You still need your face shaved. Got your big beard. She's like a mountain goat. She's got very long hair, and her baby is super fluffy. Where is Sparkles? William named her Sparkles. This is Sparkles. You see how fluffy she is? She's like a little cloud. You are so sweet. It's very soft. See, Licorice is going to the show. Her hair actually looks nice and short and shiny, so I'm not dying to shave it. Bernicia's was extremely long. So if their hair looks like this, I don't mind them being shown like that. I'll just trim around the legs. Most of my goats have pretty nice short hair. Hazel's hair looks really nice. I know pit bulls, it varies a lot depending on how they're raised. I have a friend that has goats, and they have like an American bulldog type dog. It looks like a pit bull, but it's not. It's got like a huge head. I've not fed you guys, have I? Baby easy. You're so funny. Okay guys, well I guess I'm gonna jump off and finish my feeding and probably work on shaving. Yeah, they do have big heads. I think it might be related to the pit bull. It's one of the bully breeds. They look pretty similar. Yeah. Fortunately, she's gonna lose her beard. She'll grow it back though. She grows her hair very quickly. Oh, I've heard of people using donkeys. We had one growing up. But it actually turned on the goats and bit one of their necks. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I hope that you have a great weekend. If I don't catch you again, I might go live from the show Sunday so you can see how the goats are showing or not showing. Well, some of them it's their first time being shown, so it's probably going to be a little bit crazy. But if I do catch you again, pop in and say hi. I always love reading all of your comments. Yes, I do like donkeys. They can be very, very sweet, but still sassy. Bye, everyone. Oh, thank you, Indiana Cornbread, fellow Hoosier. Aw, thanks, Prophet.